Hello everyone, this is Shrike playing more Commander Quest because it is April 4th, the anniversary of Commander Quest. It's been 1 full year since it has released, and this is a game that made me basically go and make videos every single day for a full year. This is literally the first day where I started that challenge, and now it is complete. It has been 1 full year of me uploading at least 1 video a day, and Commander Quest was the catalyst of the whole thing because I was so excited to play the full release after playing the demo. I put so many hours into the demo before that because I just loved it so much, and then full release was great. I was not the only one that thought it was so great because the videos did so well that I went, you know what, I'm just gonna keep making videos and see what happens. And we've gained about 1,000 subscribers since then. I went from around 600 to around 1,600 now, which is pretty incredible. So thank you all for subscribing, liking, watching, etc. I really do appreciate it. Obviously, I'm not doing YouTube as a full-time job. I'm just doing this on the side. But even being able to do that, 1 video a day is pretty incredible. I really didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. It was not easy all the time, especially when I got horribly sick in January, but we did it. So today, to celebrate both the anniversary of Commander Quest and my 1-year achievement, we're going to play Commander Quest. Surprise! I think we're going to do a buff deck. I want to use Giant's Cross and Lion's Roar. We are going to play on the hardest difficulty, so there's so many modifiers on this difficulty that you can't even read them all. Needless to say, it is not easy whatsoever, and our success is not guaranteed. So if we fail, well, that's how it goes. But because we have unlocked all of the metagame progression, we actually get to pick 2 cards that we want to start with. When I think of buffs and cards that benefit a lot, I like to call it the Vanguard, but it's Varangian Guard or something like that, you know, because they have Indomitable, which means they only take 1 damage a hit, which means if they have 15 health, it takes them 15 hits to die. But if every buff you give them also gives them 3 health, that means that's 3 more hits it takes for them to die. Doesn't matter if they're doing 1 damage or 10 damage, it's the same. So they are right for buffing. The others that I would like to potentially do, well, my first thought was, you know, Cataphracts. They're armored, so they have a similar thing going for them, but they're a lot faster and generally stronger than these by default. And you get more of them by default. They're also like 2 of my favorite cards in this game, but it would be a bit, and they're both epic or like purple rarity, so getting them is extremely unreliable. We're getting most buffs like Boots of Swiftness. It's common, like you can get lots of those. So we're gonna go with this. We're going full beef on this one. Oh, I get to enhance a card immediately. I can make the Vanguard cost 2. All right, that's fantastic. You start with 3 mana. This means we can actually play that card and something else on the same turn, which is going to be necessary quite a lot of the time. I'm already seeing a decent path here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's only 1 piece of letter up here. So I could go along the top actually and get more or less the same. I get less events going along the top, but if we did this, we could get an enhancement, boss fight, a danger battle, shop, a piece of the letter. We can go to the wacky lab. You get another enhancement. Yeah, we would get more events going along the bottom, but we get a piece of letter here to deliver. You'd even get 2, and all we have to do is get 1 more for the final, but for the second chapter. If you get 3 pieces of the letter, if you didn't know, it combines into 1 letter to deliver, which you then deliver in the next chapter after you've collected them all. And that obviously Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but it unlocks the hidden chapter boss. So after the chapter 3 bosses, yes, plural, because on this difficulty you have to fight both of them back to back. After that, that is when the hidden chapter boss is, if you have unlocked it. Now, on this difficulty, all of the enemies have +1/+1. So they are beyond our damage thresholds that you would normally see. I should have buffed this. Well, I can show it here anyways. We can do like vanguards here, and a stone, lions roar. So they got, well, they're all wounded, but here we go. It's a 418. They got 3 extra health because of Giant's Cross and 3 extra attack because of Lion's Roar. So then they could just brutalize pretty much everything at that point. Faster clearing will be pretty good because we will have multiple cavalry units. Full teeth is just generally good. Tribal Migrant would be good if we wanted to have, we had really cheap stuff that we wanted to bounce back and forth, but we don't. I'll take pasture clearing. It makes a huge difference. I can copy a card. Well, there you go. I've got 2 of those. That's so incredibly good. What a lucky first event. Now we're going to be drawing these like way more reliably. The nice thing about this setup is they can block for basically ever while the archers shoot these guys. Now these have 5 HP and our militia archers only do 4 damage on this difficulty. That is the downside to, well, this difficulty. They now 2-shot these guys instead of 1-shotting them. So it's significantly different from what you might see on lower difficulties. That's Lion's Roar. And yeah, when you get swarmed by little things, obviously the vanguards can't keep up too much, but letter of recommendation, Flat Rock. Flat Rock is pretty interesting when we're giving everything plus health, because then that'll get converted into attack. Does it get some tile converted into an altar tile? Oh, it's not actually telling you. Oh, no, yeah. When summoning a unit on this tile, set its health to 1, increases attack damage by the reduced amount of health. So, like, it is somewhat tempting, because if I have any way to heal up the vanguards afterward. But I don't know if I really want to lean that far into it. I had to spend 2 mana to set it up. It does become 1 mana if I enhance it. Other recommendations, generally pretty decent. But I'm going to save our rerolls for legendaries. Probably after the chapter 1 boss. And if I sound sleepy, it's because I just woke up. I'm recording this in the morning of April 4th. There you go. I'm going to ignore these guys for the first turn. And we're going to focus on getting these vanguards up to the commander. Once he's there, we can buff them and do lots of damage. That's the hope, at least. I'll probably leave them be for this turn. Let's see what supplies we get. Oh, hey. It doesn't really help us this turn. We already have all we need to play. This is a pretty good combo. And these guys aren't going to be able to kill our cataphracts fast enough. I think I'd just Lion's Roar here and win, to be honest. Now they're doing 4 damage a hit. They only take 1 damage back, so that is how you kill enemy commanders with vanguards. Ult of the Fallen doesn't matter to us. We actually don't even need military arts, although it is generally quite good. In a lot of decks, military arts is amazing, but we don't necessarily need it here. So I'm actually going to skip. Keep things rolling. We get to enhance. We're probably going to enhance our cataphracts next. We also make pasture clearing we get open in our opening hand, but it's not that important. What we're gonna want is to thin our deck out at some point here. Hopefully the store, we have enough money to remove at least one militia. I don't think we will, but... Oh, I want to play this first, but if I do, I won't be able to break this chest open in time. Like, they just don't do enough damage on their own. But if I play them with militia archers, when I get the card out, I won't be able to, you know... This is not a great matchup for us either, because we don't have any area damage in our deck, which is concerning. What I'm gonna do is this. We're just gonna play it a very basic turn. We gotta break open this chest, play paper to get a shield protection. So we don't get hit by roly-poly. Because roly-poly does a lot of damage. Cataphracts will take less damage from these guys. Well, actually, no, they'll take more damage because they have Spear Wall, so they'll be doing 4 damage minus 1 from his armor, so he'll take 3 damage a hit. It's got beefy, though. I might want to do pasture clearing just as a setup, and we'll have to do some serious clearing after this turn. So hopefully, yeah, this will hopefully work. Don't know. These guys with the buffs are gonna do a horrible job. Oh yeah, because they take 2 shots to kill. I got paper finally, but well, hopefully this works out. It does, barely. Now it might be time to Lion's Roar. It's always like, if I wait one more turn, I can have more vanguards out, you know? I need to wait until they engage here and then kind of flank with the cavalry. Okay, so now is the time. At least it gives them some more hits. Via health. We're getting closer. They didn't draw paper this time. That's not good. I need to just wall these guys so they don't hit me in the face. We're going to take 10 damage no matter what. More or less. I'm going to speed these guys up to get to the commander. If we can kill him before this hits us. Nice. So we avoided the 10 damage. Okay. That went better than I thought because we simply did not have any area damage. That's probably something we should focus on getting, huh? None of these are super good for us. Although I do love Watchtower decks. I'm going to do one reroll here. They're offering us quite rare stuff. I can't actually make use of that. We're not generating any cards right now. If you're doing like Mana Stone Mercenary stuff with Illusionary Arcanist, it's really good. Or if you're doing Ghost decks, it's really, really good. But as it is right now, Homunculus should in theory convert Giant Cross into more attack. That'd be a 4/1. You get 6 of them for 1 mana. Is that really good or worth it? It is cheaper. It's definitely better than Militia, probably, although they won't be able to take a hit like at all. Let's try it. Since we are doing a buff deck, we can probably do some shenanigans with them. If I have magic cards in our deck, I can get Kindlet, Ghosts, or Exhaust. Our deck just doesn't have anything special in it, really. It's very straightforward. We need area damage, and we're gonna need some free placement. If we look at our map, actually, yeah, it's the siege. So we need to be able to get on high ground somehow. Wow, the scepter was for sale, but I don't have the money for it. Militia Drill Instructor is good, but we're not gonna lean into that. I think I need Side Path Search more than I need to remove a card. Like, it's gonna save our ass so many times. Our food is okay. Not great. I could sell more, but I think I'm going to save our money for the little bit of money we have. For the next shop, probably in chapter 2 or 3. Sure, 5 HP each time you consume a food. Or I could get compound interest. Well, we just spent all our money. It's not exactly going to be much. I think the food will just be a safer bet. Although we're not going to be eating a lot of food either. Okay, this guy's going to have cataphracts of his own. Which are armored. And obviously he gets 1/1 on all of them. But the Vanguard should be pretty well equipped to hold them off, at least for a turn. I can't do any damage back because I only do 1 damage, which gets reduced by armor, but hey. Think I'm just going to use our own cataphracts? Actually, no. I'm going to use homunculus. See how this works. Okay, he didn't get any buff at all. Oh, wait, hold on. Lion's Roar. He did not get the HP buff. All he got was the Lion's Roar attack. Okay, well, we're pretty unkillable here. We really need the card that heals our units at the end of each turn. That would be swell. That would be pretty swell. I'm going to pasture clearing for future turns. I don't really need to do side path search right now. I'm surprised they both don't get Giant's Cross, and they also don't get the attack buff from it. But here I could side path search Vanguard. Bring him up to the front. And if I had any buff right now, that would work, but I kind of like these guys just because they kind of remind me of the Pokemon Unknown. Although, of course, yeah, they're in like various blobby forms. I could do something like this just for demonstration. Let's see. No, they just got the regular old attack. So they're not benefiting from Giant's Cross at all. Which is very, very strange to me. A second pasture clearing. We can make our stuff very cheap. Caltrops, if you have any structures, or if you're doing like a mana golem deck. Mana golems count as structures, so you can have caltrops on them. Of course, we don't have any here. They're offering us legendaries. Do I want another pasture clearing? Is that overkill? It would be good in major battles, I suppose. Or like the final chapter boss, but yeah, okay, I'll do it. I'm fine with that. Now, if we go to the Wacky Lab, I've got 2 options here. I can put something into the lab, hope to get a really good effect, or I can remove a card from our deck, which, you know, is going to be an Amateur Militia, and we get another Torn Letter Scrap, so then I only need 1 in Chapter 3, or Chapter 2. Jeez. I think that's what I'm actually going to do. I want to thin our deck out so we draw our good cards more often, and I want the letters to deliver so we can unlock the hidden chapter boss in chapter 3. But obviously we didn't get 3 here, but we can. And these two, they're armored and do area damage, which is not great for us. They are slow, very slow. So I can probably ignore them to start with. Try and make progress on the top. Once I get Vanguards out, which I did not draw. Could use our food to draw. Get us 5 HP too. So here's what I think I do. I was tempted to side path search, but it isn't really necessary. I'm relying on the archers to do all the damage because these guys only do 1 damage by default, which is not ideal. So I'm gonna want this. I'm gonna wait I'm gonna do this so that I get a little bit more health. Buying us time. What we need. If they survive, then we can Lion's Roar. Oh wow, they are tempting us like crazy. All right, now they're nice and fast and right up beside the enemy commander, so we just win at this point. In fact, I can speed these guys up too. This is like one of the few decks where that's like super good. The speed buff. I mean, speed buff is never bad, but we are using tactics cards because we're doing a lot of buffs, or at least a reasonable amount of buffs. So we could do Empowered Flamecaster, but I don't know if I really feel like it fits the theme. Like, I'm not going to be buffing him for him to benefit all that much. We can get more buffs here, which could lean into getting Homunculus. Oh, I know why Homunculus doesn't get the buffs from Lion's Roar, etc. Because, or Giant's Flag. It's because it's to the card, not to the summoned minion. So it specifically buffs to the card while it's in my hand. So like something like Inherent would work. It is random though until I enhance it. The Insight just replaces itself until you enhance it, but so like it never hurts to put into your deck. I'll take it. Well, it hurts in cases where playing cards hurts, which is very rarely. Monkus plus, oh, you just get 3 more of them. Okay. We could just enhance our light cav or side pass search so we can do it more than once. Probably don't need to use it more than once. It's almost better for it to be exhaust. Boost of Swiftness costing 0 would be nice. This costing 1 would also be nice. But this way we can use it like every time we draw it. We don't have to worry about it. That's move speed and health. This is very good. Very good. Well, this is a pretty easy turn. So I install a siege tower and I give him one of these two that'll deliver to the top. I just play this here. I could have waited to the end of the turn actually, but we'll probably play like an archer down here and Lion's Roar on our second turn. That's what I imagine will happen here. I didn't get it. Really? Well, I can insight. Maybe I'll draw now. Nope. What do I want next turn? Well, that's unfortunate. I should probably still Lion's Roar. These guys are still going to get kind of smacked around by these, but as long as they can delay long enough. Yeah, that works. I broke open those chests, so we got... Good. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to, I guess, save our side pass search. Archers, once you put them here, can really just clear this entire path, except for these archers here. Well, we should eventually clear them over there. Anyways, let's do this. And I don't actually need any archers because these guys are so slow. Although I could anyways. Let's speed up the guys up here. They can close the gap easier. We haven't drawn any of our... Wow. I don't know what I was going to say. Well, not great for us, I will say. I think I'm just going to do this again to give them more health so they survive longer. I could also salvage them, but I'd rather do that during a boss, you know? Oh, wait, this is a boss. Well, where are my archers, man? Where are my archers? Insight. Only side pass search, so that is one option. I think I'm just gonna play this here so I don't take damage from them, and then do this. Kill most of those. Oh, sorry, they don't kill them because they only do 1 damage, and these are armored. They're very good at tanking it, though. We are breaking through. We got 6 turns. These are all super cheap. Let's put archers here. And they will start shooting into this lane. And then I just do this, probably. Oh. I've never actually seen melee units swap over to this side. Alright, need archers here. I'm actually just going to alliance for everybody. Because playing amateur militias is not super useful. But once these guys get up to him, we just win, so. That is our primary win condition. We'll just aim for that. We have 4 turns. That's plenty of time. We don't really need to worry about it. Pretty straightforward when you got this much beef. In fact, I didn't even need to use side pass search. So the idea was you could put it on top of the wall and then kill all the archers that way, but it's such a good turn 1. Getting them up there with the siege tower, but we didn't end up needing it. Golden axe. That is tempting. I think we'd benefit more from +1 mana on something. Probably. Yeah, I'm gonna reroll. 1 mana for every time you shuffle your deck. 1 mana during boss fights. I just want a generic +1 mana, please. No longer gain gold. Decrease number of card rewards choice to they want. That's fine. Because we have our really good cards, generally speaking. Mental Onslaught is the area damage we need. It's also another tactics card. That's a great timing for it. Let's get a random relic. On. Don't know how often that's gonna happen without ghosts. But it is quite good when you can proc it. It's just really hard to because our stuff is so expansive. So I might actually re-roll this. Oh, no, that's even worse. This actually usually hurts us more than helps us because then our units aren't grouped together. So I'm actually going to skip it. For something already slow, it can benefit them. But again, they don't go together then. Ooh, there's double Wacky Lab up here. And we can use one of those Wacky Labs to remove a card and get the letter to deliver we want. So, oh, there's lots of events down at the end. Cool. That just seems like a really good path. All right. Of course, you can get really broken units out of the Wacky Works Lab, if you get lucky. But the downsides can also be quite harsh. Let's insight. And we've got 4 mana and 4 mana worth of things to play, so I'll throw that back, I guess. It's not ideal, but let me wait until turn 1's almost over, or like half over, to play these. So that way they destroy this near the end of the fight. I want them to fight this stuff. So now I can do vanguards to delay these guys. Honestly, actually, I might just Lion's Roar here. Will they be enough to kill all these? No, actually. All right, there goes my HP. That was my own greed. I could have played cavalry and stuff, and it would have been fine. Okay, I'm just gonna double up on this side, I guess. I don't need to side pass search or really play this, but I'll do this fodder. I think it showed that we were fighting the dragon, right? Yeah, so you gotta think about that in the long term. So this can do 4 damage to everything. They have 5 health, unfortunately, but almost brilliant. If it was upgraded. If it was upgraded. Alright, but at this point, we just win. Their vanguards are on top of the enemy commander. All we have to do is try and minimize the damage we take. Well, this doesn't help us anymore in this fight, so we need to just stall as best we can while they whack away. Oh, come on, dude. They attack's too slow. All right, well, we might want some random food at this point. And hopefully get some healing back. Because we do have the pepper mill. All right, we're going to remove a militia. Complete our letters to deliver, which we can deliver in now chapter 3. If you complete it during chapter 1, you can do it in chapter 2. All right, let's put in a vanguard and see what we get. Increase attack range by 2. Equip with armor. Doesn't really matter. I almost accidentally clicked it. I can make it free. I'm going to make it free. That's just so unbelievably good. I could lose half of my HP. I go from 40 to 20. Sure. Not going to make that big of a difference at this point. I might actually need to use the bonfire to actually heal. These danger battles in chapter 2 can be quite mean at times, so I have, you know, I'm just gonna do this. As much as I would like to use this, I'm not going to. I can vanguard here, vanguard here. I probably should wait actually on this side so that they don't get shot too much. And they can be potentially synced up with units that do more damage. So now if I do, say, this, and then Lion's Roar. I don't even need to insight in this case. I don't think, yeah, no, there's nothing. Well, I guess we could have got the speed boost. Well, they actually attack things that could take damage. If they had just catapulted our vanguards, it would have been fine, but I digress. I do this, and then I just plop them down here, and we should win. They attack so slow. I need attack speed on these guys. There is a buff that gives attack speed. Bandage. At this point, pretty good idea, actually. Not a bad idea. Oh yeah, I've got the mappy. I forgot. I was talking while we picked it up. So we can actually switch lanes at points if we want to. Oh, this is not good. Oh, this is so bad. I'm going to have to use our salad on a freaking amateur militia because these guys will just charge through them otherwise. It's not good. I can't even like pasture clearing this turn. If I want to Lion's Roar these guys to actually stand a chance, fight back in a reasonable amount of time, which is not efficient. At least I can kill all these. Oh, I can't kill these archers because they just arbitrarily have 5 HP for some reason. Pasture clearing is too greedy. But it's also going to be really key in upcoming turns. So I am going to do this. I got to wait till they get closer. And then try and stop them. Oh, God, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I'm so close to dead. Not quite, though. These guys may just kill us. That is true. Oh, this is terrible. This is what I mean by this game is very difficult on the hardest difficulty. We also have an army of stuff there, so I pretty much have to vanguard here. These guys will outrange everything, is the problem. And these guys are not armored, luckily. But I'll kill them way too slowly. Don't know if these guys will reach us this turn. We might survive, we might not. We probably won't survive. Please, please. No, we're dead. Nah, we're dead. All right, well, what we're going to do is we're just going to take the L. And we're going to go again. We're just going to go again. We're just going to go again. Same thing. We might have to speed run this, but if you actually Alt F4 and restart the game, you can redo the battle. Common relic. Gain a random card. Let's get a rare relic. Okay, I mean that's good because that puts our militia archers into one-shot range against the early enemies. I'm just gonna go this way. Yeah, we can do it. That's a lot of events. No shops unless I go to the bottom. But I do get a wacky lab. I get 2 pieces of Lenore again. There's no way to get 3. On bottom, there's no wacky lab, but there is 2 pieces as well. Well, we'll go this way. We'll see. Hopefully one of the events will just give us the letter to deliver. I don't get to start off with an enhanced Vanguard this time. It's slightly unfortunate. Now it's so expansive, I can't play it along with archers. Now I have to fight both fronts at the same time. Luckily, these guys are very tanky. That's what their goal is. So now, long last, we can do our combo. Okay. We have nearly won. I'll do this just for a little bit of extra insurance. Oh, we've won. Okay, great. Gonna get more healing food I don't need. Barricade. Goblin Horde. Well, if we buff the Goblin Horde, they will all get 3 more HP. There's definitely an idea behind that. For a buff deck, that could work. Oh, Gabe. Okay. Get 3 random curse cards. Gain the box within a box within a box. 1 mana and draw 1 additional card each time you draw a curse card. Pickpocket's terrible for us. This is fine. Well, it's not great, but it's tolerable. And this will just go away. We'll only get 1 time use of it. So not the best, but we do have our first sheep friend. One lower difficulties you can actually play. Drawing 1 less card matters a lot less when you've got box and a box and a box. I can make our lines where I only cost 1. You know, that's something that I very rarely take. So let's try it. Let's enhance our Vanguard so it's actually playable with our mana cost. Although we will have more mana now, in theory. We're not gonna have any money, that's for sure. We're going to be constantly losing our money, just like that, just like that. But I've got 7 mana that I can't use. Well, if you put archers in the bottom lanes, they typically just kill everything. Well, I can always Lions Roar, I guess, because it only costs 1. And yeah, I don't want to play the Torn Letter Scraps. I want them to remain in our deck. Draw again. Of course, I drew all of our main cards immediately, so I'm just gonna do this. Oh, well, they just phase through those rocks. That's cool. They don't actually have collision. They're just decorative. If I go with the fastest unit we have, well, okay. Cataphracts and these are the same. They might get drawn into these guys, yeah. My thought was they'd just rush forward and kill. Soon enough. Doesn't really matter what we play at this point. We just win. And there you go. They're offering us mana again. Mercenary. We have no ways to generate mana stones at this point. Our Scarls are good against archers. This is true. They are. We already have vanguards, and cataphracts are okay against them for the most part, except for ones that have piercing. I'm just gonna skip. Weird as that is, we get like no rewards whatsoever, but I mean, another Torn Letter Scrap means more mana, more card draw, and we get to remove Amateur Militia. Oh, hey, the letter to deliver. Well, all right. That's the event. So now we've got less cursed cards in our deck, but we don't have the cursed stone, for instance. The cursed stone gives you HP for every cursed stone in your deck. I can get 250 gold and then immediately lose it. There's no shops for us to make use of it. And it'll just bleed away slowly because of the thief card. Like Catcher, what exhaust cards would we add to our deck? It's not add to your hand, it's add to your deck. Maybe ghost cards? No, because it'd have to be a direct ghost card. I don't know if I can search for exhaust. I can't. Okay. Nice. So, like, if I added a watchtower to our deck, for instance, we get 2 of them. That's pretty limited use. I'm just going to take the money and maybe that'll let us afford at a shop at some point. We'll see. Oh, this is going to be hard because, again, we don't have area damage. It's going to be moderately... Oh, hey, at least we could play multiple things. Kill this. Get paper played. We should be able to draw into paper again relatively consistently at the very least. Ooh, I want to play both, but I also want a Lion's Roar. I might wait to play the Goblin Horde until later so that I can buff them next turn without them all dying first. If I could get Vanguard, yes. And I can do this. And then Lion's Roar. So now I've got 4/4s against their 2/2s, but they've got reach. And we do not. But Horde against Horde is still be good. We need to get our Vanguards on top of Donkey Roll here. Do paper just in time though, so that's awesome. I think what I'd do is actually Cataphracts here. Where do I get our Vanguards up? Let's get our Vanguards up. It's not money efficient, but I can use our food. I can use our food to make this more efficient. This is a powerful force here. Unfortunately, this is less powerful. But as long as these guys break through, we should be able to kill the Donkey Roll very easily. We just have to avoid taking damage ourselves now. Means mostly doing this. We've got all the money in the world that we could possibly need. Speed them up. Give them a damage buff. Nice. Very nice. And we will kill before we get hit by the boulder. We get some food back, so that's cool. Remove 2 cards when obtained. Oh, beautiful. All right. We have a very condensed deck now. Inhibitory Windspire. We don't have any real need for it. It is good because it does stun units in an AoE. The more magic cards you have, though, the bigger the radius it inflicts is. And it becomes absurd. You can like stun almost the entire map every time it attacks. And if you increase its attack speed, it's also crazy. But you really have to lean into magic, and we are not leaning into magic at all. So I'm going to use a reroll here. Connecting Link. It could be good. It could be good. I believe it triggers off its first tag now. So like melee units, ranged units, for instance. So if we put all of our melee units off out of that, they could get buffed. Vanguard would get buffed. I mean, we definitely want to enhance it. Then it scales more. But it's potentially really, really good. All right, we got some events to go to. Okay, 60 gold, obtain 2 random food. No thanks. I'm happy with our food. Oh, we get to do the siege again, too. Another chapter 1 boss. Kind of hoping for the defense, but it is what it is. Well, we got all the mana in the world. We are losing some money because of that, but rather than use Lion's Roar, I'm going to Solidifying Will. It's a similar effect either way. You get attack and HP. And then I can just defend down here. I can just actually speed these up and Lion's Roar. So even if they get knocked back, they can close the gap again. Perfect. We do want this summon more than the card draw. Ghost Bat. I love Ghost Bat. Fantastic card. But it doesn't really help us here too much, although it is 0 cost. And Connecting Link will work pretty well with it until we upgrade it. Then it'll be free placement. Then it won't matter anymore. Doesn't really offer any other defense bonuses because we're not going Ghost. Screw it, I'm going to take it. If we upgrade it, it'll be free placement stuff, which we can definitely make use of. I mean, I could enhance it right now, but I need to enhance Connecting Link. Yeah, I really need to enhance this first. As good as bats could be for this, I'm not like overly concerned. We got really powerful cards that we can put on top using the Siege Tower. As long as we draw literally any of them, we're fine. I didn't draw any of them. I didn't draw a single one. All right, well, Connecting Link plus. And we'll just start slamming some dudes in. So now this counter will go up and up. The next units that get summoned in it that are also of the same type, we get +1/+1 and increase the counter. I just do archers down here. Pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, I want to play these as late as possible, huh? I play this here. Oh, that changes it to cavalry. Oops. Well, oh, so it's the second tag that it triggers off of. So this wouldn't have worked anyways. So it would have been all my infantry, for instance. Goblin Horde counts as infantry. Okay, so Ghost Bat, not as good as I was hoping, but that's okay. No need to set it to Beast, so we'll just do this and we'll Lion's Roar. I remember at one point it was the first tag. This is the downside when you play a game for literally since its release, is that you get patch confusion. You get patch confusion. Let's just do this. Like, how does it work now versus how it did in the past? Well, we got more infantry, so these guys should have +1/+1. Yep, they do. Probably should have put them down here, but it's okay. If I buff them speed-wise, they'll get more HP as well. Okay, they just did not reach down here to shoot them. Slightly problematic. Goblin Horde will just get obliterated by these, unfortunately. I mean, all my stuff will. I could just take the damage to the face. It'll be like 8 damage to the face. Is that big of a deal? Or I could consume this and, oh, hey. This is pretty wasteful, but it does work. So I could get 12. I think I'm just going to buff the Vanguards. Yeah. This Connecting Link's really good if we did go into Ghosts at some point. We do have the... Wow, they got pulled in here, huh? That's okay. Okay, archers. Do this. Don't play those there. Play the Goblin Horde in there. I can't Lion's Roar if I play the Cataphracts. Well, actually, I could if I put the Cataphracts on top, but I don't really want the Cataphracts on top, so we can wait a turn. I'll help clear this out and then go back. So now's a good time to do this here. So these just got +4/+4. And then I do this and Lion's Roar. Can't believe our random card we got was a Forgotten Altar. Too bad we can never activate it because we don't have any travel cards, but... Let's see, we have 5 turns. Yeah, we got plenty of time. Plenty of time. In fact, I can speed all these guys up and give them extra HP. Those are now 6/9 goblins racing across the field. And then we just end turn and we win. Okay. Gain a relic. Red Notice is pretty good. Mana's not really a concern too much for us anymore. Sometimes, but getting like an extra Vanguard, for instance, getting extra units in general is just good. Because then that's more cards we can buff. And therefore get more benefits from them. Full Teeth. Pasture, actually, we want Pasture Clearing for sure. So we didn't get it in this run yet. Do I really want to go down to 80 max HP? I'm gonna do it. Oh, well, hey. All right. You spent 20 HP to get 40 HP. The net gain, so I'll take it. Risk versus reward. Okay, we really need to go to this shop. I might actually avoid danger battles here. Because there's some really, really nasty ones that I don't think we have answers for. So we're just going to try and go for events and make up for some lost time because of our first failed attempt. Combat takes time. Real time. Do I want to set up Connecting Link now or just set up some Cataphracts? Like, I just want to get Cataphracts going. Although this is really good. We might take some damage from Bolt Spitters shooting us. Not sure if they'll make it. Nope. Okay. Just barely not. I was really hoping for our Vanguard to be this turn, but we'll give them lots of things to target. Lion's Roar here is actually really good. Because on these things, actually, they still get one shot by Bolt Spitters. But the Amateur Militia don't. They take 2 shots now. I don't have any free placement because this is not free placement. So... unfortunate, but if I do this, it'll go faster. Then I get more ghosts, more ghost bats. We can mostly use this fodder just to block. We are very close. I can probably just play a little bit of everything if I want to. We should be completely fine. Except for these archers on the high ground. They are actually causing some problem, but we're on top of him now, so he'll die in no time flat. I kind of have to do this. So these are getting big. Like, those are 9/5s now. Connecting Link was definitely a good call. The longer the fight goes on, the better and better our infantry become. At least some of them. Ooh, Tribal Merchant for mana that we don't need. Get Boost of Swiftness and get another one. Again, not really necessary. And it's only offering us commons. I'm just going to skip. Okay, we got some events. Obtain a curse card. Sadism. Sadism's really, really bad for us. We do not want that. Every time you play a card, it kills one of your units. And we have some very high value Do I want an epic card or legendary card? Or nothing? Honestly, I don't think I'm gonna go for that. I'm trying to thinner deck out, not add to it. And there's very few that it could offer that I would be like, yes, I absolutely want this card, you know? Okay, so we're gonna have... I mean, I could Lion's Roar, which would make these guys be able to trade into these efficiently. If I do that, I can't play our cavalry. So I'll just like, do I want more units or do I want to buff our existing ones? I think I'll just play more units. These guys are just gonna be there to take hits anyways. We want to win this before he summons his 64 units, probably. I think that's a good plan. And then the lines roaring here. Yeah. Just because of our lack of AoE right now. I guess the legendary card we do want is the... Ooh, Side-Pass Search. Yeah, let's take Side-Pass Search. The one that hits everything on the field and scales based on tactics cards. I don't know why I can't remember its name. Tempting Offer, Military Arts. Military Arts is not terrible. Mosaic Tile. Increase health of all your summons cards in your hand by 1 for this battle at the end of each turn. That's really good if you have the Homunculus, which we had in the first failed run. But let's remove Amateur Militia. Bye. Dosing Rod. Could make up for the fact that we've got Vermilion Tome. It's not a bad idea. Now, if you play Tracker, you'll get the infantry bonus, but it'll reset it to Beast because his dogs also get summoned to the same tile or connecting link, so it's not super great. Oh, Gauntlets of Swiftness. We actually do want this. That's really good with Vanguards, and it's cheap. You know what? Let's take Mosaic Tile in case Vanguards are in our hand and we don't end up using them, for instance. Is there anything I want to remove? Do I want to remove Pickpocket? Do I care anymore? I think it's fine. We don't really need our money anymore at this point. Our deck has been greatly slimmed down to really just the good stuff. So, oh, I can't remove anything anyways because we already had the letter to deliver. So it's a moot point. Let's experiment. Do I want to risk like ruining Vanguard potentially? So that could happen. We could put like the Ghost Bats in or the Goblin Horde. Let's put the Goblin Horde in because they can copy themselves. Or we can make them super fast or attack super fast. Oh, grant ignition. Wait, we're fighting against the dragon, aren't we? Didn't actually check you. No, it's a spider. Okay, ignition would be great in this case. Reduce attack speed. Reduce health by 10. That's fine because they're already 1 health, so no downside. Let's keep doing events. Yeah, danger battles would give us relics, but look how many relics we already have. So why risk it? You know, I can do this and this, and I could Lion's Roar here, but I'm going to save it, so I'm going to just speed boost them for extra health and speed. And then we can play some bats behind. The bats are mostly going to be there to break protection because he likes to cast protection on his stuff like this. I mean, we get 13 hordes that have ignition. That's pretty good. If I play this, I can also play this, but then I don't get the Lion's Roar. Lion's Roar is pretty good here. It's a lot of damage, especially with the Goblin Horde. Dude, he's gonna burn to death. He literally just burns to death. Alright, I can actually play everything I want. Not that it really matters in this case, but just need to make sure I don't die. There you go. Protect damage. Watchtower Tracker. I really need area damage. It's the only thing I'm missing in this deck. Currently. I think. We need a way to deal with invisible stuff as well at some point. Like the Candlestick. Protection is always great. Probably should do the danger battle. Actually, I probably should not. I should not do that. I should not risk it. I'm at a deadline here. I have to get this recorded out, rendered, or edited and rendered, and then uploaded, processed by YouTube, etc. Do I want to get my connecting link? I should probably get our connecting link going. I could just do this. And they get extra health. They're not armored or anything, but I'll wait until near the end of the fight. Do it. And then we can Lions Roar next turn, probably. What did he just cast? They're not stealths. My things don't look like they're parasited. What did he play? Okay, I was going to Lions Roar, but cataphracts are really good for... Actually, they're... Oh, these guys got parasited. Doesn't say these ones are parasited. Let's bypass search on the cataphracts. I could also just militia archer. I want to do this. Oh, they got demolished because these guys ignore defense. If I knew this, I did know this. So most of them are still alive there. I think I can ignore the top lane for right now. Or maybe I put the ghost bats. I'm gonna Lions Roar first. And when these get closer to attack speed, I can actually use the ghost bats to delay up there. I got 10 of them. Okay. So now these guys are mostly fine. All I have to do is do this. This. We got protection on our Goblin Horde. I don't have any buffs for them, but... And these guys are stuck in place because of the spider web. It looks like we should win without any true difficulty here. I can buff all of these guys. Just connecting link, sure, why not? A bit late, doesn't really matter at this point, but the thought's there. Very, very nice. We can speed boost and attack speed increase our vanguards, which also gives them HP, which is just absurd. And we can buff their attacks. So we can buff all of their important stats, essentially. Full Teeth is good, but I'm really looking for Mental Onslaught. There it is. Ooh, but Altar of the Fallen would also be good for our bats. But bats are not really a win condition at this point. We need to focus on what's important to us. I've got no money. Just how it's going to be. Light Catcher Archive. Exhaust cards. All right, we have to go into Ghosts now. We have to. Ghosts are like all exhaust. We'll get double effects. All right. I don't have any exhaust cards in our current deck, so... as much as I want to play Vanguards, I think it is just really bad to do that into Servants of the Eternal God, also known as Blood Cultists, when we get to play them. We're going to pool of blood for 2 turns, and the pool of bloods will just reduce them to 1 HP, so... It's not great for our cataphracts either, for that matter, but they do get protection, so they're still getting to hit the boss twice. Commander, okay, he just made these invincible. That's somewhat obnoxious. Let us start by doing this. I could give them back some HP and attack speed, but I think it's better off over here. TBH. Although, not really. Just play a slow turn, wait for the blood pools to go away, more or less. Oh, they actually reached me this turn. I guess the distance is quite short. Mental Onslaught, 4 damage to everybody. That kills all of their remaining archers, so that's cool. I do need something to kill up here. I buff them, they'll get... Yeah, I'm just gonna buff these. Play these first. And then Lion's Roar. Alright. We took damage for the first time in quite a while. But hey, we win, because they're now on fire as well. So even if we didn't have any other units, they would still taken down. I can skip those. They are interesting cards, but let's enhance. Probably Mental Onslaught is really our only solution to needing AoE damage. It also allows us to kill ranged units at far relatively reliably. And the spider obviously summons a lot of stuff, so Mental Onslaught's gonna be very useful here. Hordes of small stuff is not very good for our general success. Well, I guess I'm just gonna be buffing these guys like crazy. That's all I can do this turn. They still lost against the spiders. This is not ideal. Because I didn't get to play infantry in the connecting link, it's not buffed up yet. These guys are going to be coming. I need to be able to deal with both sides, unfortunately. Which is easier said than done. I wish I had more mana this turn. They will get protection, so that actually will help them hold off the top a little bit. Just need to wait just a second. Oh, and with a flame, that means their damage output is actually not horrendous. Oh, that's bad. Still don't have Healing Spring to bring our Vanguards to full HP. That's what we really, really want. I need to do this. Fortunately, spawning more stuff down here is really not going to help because they're already like... They're already being held back by the Vanguards for a little bit. They're not going to last long. They're surrounded completely. Poor guys. There's the Mental Onslaught, finally. That definitely helps. They didn't draw the best here. Should I buff? Actually, I should wait until they're top of each other so I can get everybody together. Give them that plus HP. The Vanguards are still alive after all that. Completely surrounded by spiders. Oh, this is really good. And I just do this and this and this. We should survive. Goblins with a flame is pretty good. That's not bad, especially since I keep buffing them like that. Well, I do this. Now these are 421s and they've got Indomitable and Protection. As if they weren't powerful enough already. We can do Cataphracts up top, and would like to actually buff the attack speed. Probably these guys actually, since they're fresh. The archers will help finish these guys off. Nice. Okay, made these immune, which is slightly obnoxious, but it just means we don't push through. Oh yeah, we keep adding more and more goblin copies to our deck. Lines for everybody. That's really good. These goblins are huge. +5/+5 to the next thing we play there. Now the downside is if I, side pass search, I don't get the benefit of that. I think we're fine, more or less. Just do this. Oh yeah, and his health is just gonna melt now as we... Oh, it's Mental Onslaught to soften everybody up. How big are these archers now? 11 sevens. Not bad. This and this. There you go. Oh yeah. surprised actually he survived all that, but he did summon a lot of stuff, so I guess I shouldn't be that surprised. 8 goblins. All right, there you go. We win. Fairly easily, actually. Ooh, Witch's Necklace. Obviously, Bronze Hand is quite good for us, mainly because of like goblins, but actually, that's really the only thing that benefits until Cataphracts and like Cav get cheaper from pasture clearing. Mainly just like Cav. Witch's Necklace allows us to potentially get some crazy combos. Oh, they are really... Dude, I've got Witch's Necklace. I've got Tactics cards. I could get an infinite number of Spark Catalyst. Like, very, very easily. I even have Red Notice, so I get 2 of these. It's just... That's a win combo right there. We don't necessarily have to use it, but... Like 2 cards from your deck? No, I'm going to reroll this. I don't want triplet cards. What? I rerolled Shell Mask into Shell Mask. What are the odds of that? Okay, well... I want something better. What? What? 3 out of the 4 are Shell Mask. What would I even want to convert into? I don't think I actually want this, to be honest. This is probably going to be worse than our archers. And we'll see. There'll still be infantry at the very least. 2 vanguards. Well, I mean, it's card draw, I guess. I should have just skipped it. Ooh, double danger battle. Oh my gosh. That is horrifying in chapter 3. But we kind of have the you win card. There's one danger battle that punishes you for using exhaust cards. Hardcore. If we get that, it'll be very bad. Actually, what's on top here? Things are spread out. Do I still have the Mappa? No, that was last run. The one that died. 30 minutes in. Let's see. If I go top, I actually can get multiple. And also, I don't need to go to the shop because I'm not going to have money. Let's be honest. I really don't need to go to the shop. But I could avoid the danger battles. Like a coward. But if I do this danger battle... We could just go along the top. I can't get this one and this one anyways if I want these 2 combos. I do want the enhancement. And hey, we got a bunch of events too, so that's cool. And honestly, we're making pretty damn good time because we took so many events. Do I want to? I think I side pass search the vanguards. Oh, it's exhaust, so I get to do it twice. Oh, that's incredible. The Cataphracts or the... Yeah, probably. Cool. So now I wait just a second. I go and drop you here and you... Wanted to put it on top so they get rear attacks, but... Okay. Oh, they defend. They have armor. Well, I'm gonna need the lions over here. I don't really have much else to do anyways, so... Now, in 2 turns, he's gonna destroy all his own units anyways, I think? Yeah. Oh, please don't hit me in the face. Okay, good. That onslaught is not gonna help that much right now. I need to mostly just delay here. I'm gonna do this. 6 damage to everything. Yeah, it's not gonna matter in this case. I'm just gonna buff these guys up so they can hopefully deal with these guys a little bit better. Probably still take some face damage, but... Oh, actually. Well, it's... Yeah, okay. Now he kills all his own units. I still have 1 vanguard here. That's incredible. But behold, I can do the combo here. Pretty confidently. Watch. You light him on fire. I get 3 spark catalysts. And because of the Witch's Necklace, Huh? They all become 0 cost. And then we can just do this. And this is when I did that one speed run of this game where we won really, really fast. I got lucky enough to get that pretty early on, and we just steamrolled through everything. I don't want, obviously I don't have any structures. I don't really need the crossbowmen. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. I don't need to add anything to this deck at this point. As you can see, we can get out of most pinches just by doing that combo. What do I want to experiment on? Honestly, adding anything to the goblins is just really good. 10 copies is not necessary. Not necessary. But getting 3/3, very, very good. If I grant them exhaust, they'll be used twice. And they always add a copy of themselves to the deck. So I think that means I'll play it and I'll get 2 copies added to our deck. So it's effectively the same as before. But before I'd play it and I'd keep that copy and add another one. So then it's still a net gain of +1. That's awesome. But I get double the units. That's so good. That downside was no longer... Oh, man. Okay, we have to... Oh, actually, Preaching Vice. Or Boots of Swiftness Plus. Preaching Vice is quite nice a lot of the times. It allows us to swap enemies to be... Well, usually have a lot of HP to having not a lot of HP. Or at least less. And then you can kill them. And because we have a lot of small stuff or things like Indomitable Vanguards who don't take a lot of damage. They only take 1 damage a hit. If we swap something to have a lot of attack, it doesn't matter that much. It really doesn't matter. So it's actually... We can also use it offensively. So like once our Vanguards have a lot of HP, we could swap them. So then they're doing like 15 plus damage a hit and still have like 4 health or something like that. Which would allow them to then be doing that 15 damage in a much shorter amount of time and still do like 4 times. So obtain a random supply card, get a curse card and 200 gold. Since we have the a box in a box in a box, I'll take the curse card and the money, thanks. Pays for itself. And if we draw it, we get a mana, and then we lose a mana. Not a big deal. Okay, here's where the stealth units are. We only have 1 solution to the stealth units. Well, 1 real solution, I should say. I'm going to side pass search now. I guess on these 2. And then we're going to need to draw. What I'm going to do is this. I got a goblin, which is really good actually, but it would keep the assassins busy. We don't want to play anything on the top row because they just multiply. We might have to take it to the face. Or I could use our vanguards potentially. I'm gonna do this. This and then Lion's Roar. These guys will spend time doing 1 damage to these guys at a time. And we're just gonna go for the kill. If I can draw a Mental Onslaught, we got no problem. There it is. There it is, my boys. Although, yeah, it doesn't really matter. We killed all of his assassins, and that is so important. Oh, we should just live here. Yep, there we go. Just barely. For that 1 turn. Inherent. I wish this was Inherent Plus, but... Cemetery for more ghosts. Ghosts, we get to play 2 of this. Has double the value. And it is a base card, and it's cheap, so... And the more ghosts we play, the more our ghost bats get improved. As long as it's in our hand. Well, Mental Onslaught. Could try and draw, but it's not going to kill anything outright. I really need the vanguards is my problem. These guys are going to charge in, and anything with less than 5 HP, or anything with 5 or less HP is going to get demolished. These guys up here are pretty fast, so they will reach us in one turn. These guys are also pretty fast, so all 3 of them are a pretty big threat. And I didn't draw well at all. I'm going to put these guys up here. Hopefully you draw into... No, that's so bad. That doesn't help us. He thinks we're going to be taking some damage here. I gotta wait a second here. Play these here. This is going to hurt. Oh, this is going to hurt so badly. Yeah. I do have healing restoration food. There's our vanguard. About freaking time. About time. Well, I think I have to stop these guys. So let's do this. This. I got a lot of bats. The bats will get charged through if I don't stop these guys first, so I'll do it this way. There we go. Let the vanguard take the brunt of it. Oh yeah, you can turn our stuff into sheep. I forgot about that. That is mildly obnoxious. Let's start doing this, I guess. These sheep, oh, they do have attack because of the difficulty. They get +1/+1. I was like, they're harmless sheep. No, they can actually stab us. Well, little do they know. We have won in multiple ways. And this is why Commander Quest is both amazing and silly. Because things like that can happen. Played Forge is quite good, but... it's really kind of unnecessary, to be honest. We already have Steel Candlestick, which solves that most of the time anyways. My deck is 22 cards at this point. Not effectively 22 cards, because a lot of them are curse cards, which draw us and give us mana, etc. But I need to get probably rid of the Tribal Vanguards. I don't know. Am I even going to a shop here? Bro! This is the one that punishes you for using exhaust cards. Oh, hell, hey. Look, it doesn't matter. I do not feel bad about doing this at all. Because, holy crap. This fight is so bloody difficult. Although we do have, like, Preaching Vice for his Bloodlust Orc, etc. But, goodbye. Goodbye, sir. We just win. Okay. Increase your commander's attack damage by 10. Sure. Hopefully that won't ever come into play. Ghost Knight. I mean, that's pretty good. It's not super necessary. Improved gunpowder, actually. Funny enough. Although, if we can do the infinite combo, it doesn't really matter anyways, huh? Phantom Spear. It's a tactics card. It's good for nuking down stuff with high HP. Ghost Knight, we just don't have any way to buff his attack reliably. Like, yeah, we get more of them the more we play it, but... is it worth... You do get to put it on top of other... The good thing about Ethereal is that you can overlap other units. So, like, Connecting Link, if you put all your ghosts into Connecting Link, it ramps up crazy fast. Well, that's generally with actual ghosts, not Ghost Knights. If I draw this, am I going to be happy about it? Probably not, unfortunately, so I will actually skip it. Sure, I can make it cheaper with pasture clearing, but the early turns are so important. Oh, Builder's Hammer. Yes. We have a bunch of base cards now, so... what do I want to enhance? I mean, pasture clearing we could have in our opening hand. I could make him cheaper, making the combo a lot easier to do. Get plus ghosts. I'm thinking I actually enhance the goblins. I'll be getting 4 more goblins every time we play this. Technically, we'll get 8 more goblins because it gets doubled with Lightcatcher Archive. Our relics. Oh, come on. Don't give me Rain of Arrows. I don't want that shit. Especially in Chapter 3. Okay, I don't think I want to mess with the Goblin Horde anymore. I think they are just amazing as they are. I would risk ruining the Vanguards if I put them in, but could also be really good. Increase number of units by 2. Move speed. Attack damage. Attack damage is probably the way to go, just because then they can trade into things with armor a lot more efficiently. Although 3 more hits is nice. Reduce number of units by 5, no. Reduce attack speed by 3. Also really bad, but we can buff it. It's not great. Was that worth it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. They're there mostly the tank anyways. It's going to suck. They're not going to be as good at killing bosses anymore. In some ways. Like an enhanced Rain of Arrows? Wow. No thanks. Well, since we're going into back-to-back bosses here, it probably makes sense to do Empowered Flamecaster or Gaunt Swiftness. Or even more cataphracts, but let's make sure we don't lose here. Although I could have healed actually, but I can just use our green tea. You know what? There's no reason not to use it now. Let's just drink it. We don't have very high max HP, so the hidden chapter boss may be a bit of a problem. I can't quite do the combo this turn, actually, because it's slightly too expensive. They are going to faceless whatever we play last, too. That's unfortunate. I don't want to give them Vanguards. I also don't want to give them Flamecasters. If they get a crap load of Flamecasters, it will still give us... That might actually be fine. That might actually be fine. I think if we do this and this... Actually, if I have to play it at the end of the turn. So that it doesn't get killed. So they're going to copy a crap load of these. Oh, I got Mental Onslaught. I mean, that doesn't quite work, actually, but close. But yeah. My deck is now entirely full of these. But on the plus side... I can blow them all up and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. Okay. For funsies. Well, this is how you speedrun this game. Is you get this combo and then you just obliterate everything. I don't know if there's any other infinite combo that is as efficient and as fast, you know? But it is reliant on getting a very specific relic, the Witch's Necklace. Getting Empowered Flamecaster is very consistent. Getting it earlier than you might want. Oh my gosh. This is the same hand. This is the exact same hand we had in the first fight. Did the RNG not progress? Or like what? How is... The odds of that are horribly low. Of it being just natural. What? Again, we're just gonna do this. Not the greatest showcase of the boss mechanics, but it is a great showcase of why this game is ridiculous. So now I just Mental Onslaught. And then we can do this. Now, if he had all 3 torches up, he'd only be taking 1 damage a hit, but in this case, it doesn't matter. Now, the downside to this combo is it's very degenerate, right? We spent all this time building up a cool deck, and then this one combo just kind of invalidates all of it, right? Scepter's pretty good. Lock is also... Well, in this case, kind of unnecessary. It'd be good for like doing multiple pasture clearings, but once you get 2 of them up, you don't need any more than that. So I think I just take Scepter. Oh, look, I can get a second pasture clearing anyways. Not that I super need it, but it is nice for the hidden chapter boss because your stuff does cost HP to play based on its mana cost. So if you can make it cheaper, you take less damage. And I just took the health there just in case because we've been lowering our max HP quite a bit already. This stupid rain of arrows. Well, actually, I mean, it is a way to help with invisible invisible units. There we go. I almost called them creatures, monsters, minions, anything other than unit. I don't want to enhance Ghost Bat, to be honest. Having free placement is... Oh, actually, I could do it on Sidepath Search. Now, let's... Wait, no. Go back. I should do Gauntlets of Swiftness so we can... Or Boots of Swiftness. Getting things there earlier is better. We can close the gap because it's a very long path they have to go around. I've got $400 and I never went to a shop. Oh, hey. I mean, getting 60 HP right before the hidden chapter boss where all your cards also cost you HP. That's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. This run is absurd. Like, I've got so many relics too, and we did not even min-max. Imagine if you could Preaching Vice the boss. But alas. I drew like nothing here. I drew basically nothing. Well. So he's going to deal 5 damage to us, and he's going to summon some charge indomitable guys, which is... Luckily, they don't do high damage, so they... Okay, they got 5 attack. They won't charge through the Tribal Vanguards, luckily. But watch. Yeah, this is not exhaust, so I can technically do this combo. More or less as much as we want. And we could go... Now, the problem with this is my whole deck is going to become these. Like, this is the only thing I'm going to draw for the rest of this fight. He's going to kill everything when he phase transitions, including his own units, I'm pretty sure. Which I'm not sure. But let's just kill them anyways. And there you go. He kills all the units on the field, including our thing, so we can't do this combo 2 times in a row. We also have less max mana now. But I can start marching these forward. He's gonna convert units. Hopefully he converts the ghosts and not my indomitable vanguards. Oh, interesting. When he transitions, he doesn't clear his flame. Oh, he just converted our vanguards. Of course he did. Of course he did. Also, now here's the problem. I'm gonna draw nothing but Spark Catalysts. I'm not gonna be able to draw anything that actually generates them. And that's the problem here. I'm just gonna do this. That way it's at least set up for infantry here. Wait, is it going off of the first tag? Don't think so. Yeah, this is the problem. This is the problem. And they're not gonna be free anymore either, because unless I draw 3 of them at once, which I did not do. At least using base cards does give us some HP. Okay, we're gonna light all that stuff on fire. Kinda have to. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They've broken through. Okay, well. And see, this is why this combo is not perfect. Oh, that hurt me. Bullshit. Oh, they're indomitables. So they only take 1 damage. This is not good. I have nothing to defend myself with, really. I can swap them, but they do more. They'd just probably kill me if I do that. That's the problem. I can swap him around. We can actually kill him. These are stealth. That's mildly horrifying. Oh, I kind of actually have to kill our own units to do this. Not much around that I can do. Light these on fire. They do area damage, which is pretty bad for us. But yeah, now my draws are all dead. I may have actually screwed myself by doing the funny combo. I should have done it in phase 2. I should have done it in phase 2. We have to get so lucky now for this to work. And luckily, we do get a ghost every turn, and they get bigger and bigger. Unluckily, these things do area damage and ignition. There's nothing to convert, thankfully. Oh, Indomitable, nice. I should do the ghost first. And then this. Okay, we may be saved yet. Let's light these guys on fire to get rid of that. The shields. Protection. At least some of it. Okay. Until he converts, we should be okay. Okay, he's got stealth units we need to kill. Stealth units will be the death of us. I'm going to draw... Yeah, I may as well. Okay. Can't tell if that's getting my own units or not. Okay. Making progress. Except he's going to start ramping up his damage hitting us as well. Do this. Do this and this. And let's keep him on fire, I guess. And I can Lion's Roar here to give us more HP and damage. Now, I need to get our Indomitable Vanguards on top of him as soon as possible. We can blow up these guys. Connecting link. Actually saving our ass right now. Literally saving our ass. Look how much damage they're doing. Haha, yeah, all right. All right, the infinite combo didn't completely invalidate our deck. It did matter. Excellent. And that is Commander Quest. I was kind of hoping they would do like an anniversary update, but they did not. There are definitely still some bugs. There are still some wonky balance issues, but the game lets you break it. It is unabashedly pro player and letting you figure out ridiculous combos. We saw just a few of them there. And if you just like pick a card and be like, what can I do to make this really good? You can always come up with 2 or 3 ways to do that. Like pretty much every single time. And it's just, I love the fact that while it is happening in turns, during the auto combat, you are actively playing spells and doing things. You get to pick during the turn's time when to play your cards and where to play them. If you got free placement, it could be wildly anywhere. You can use it flank, to ambush, to save yourself, put your units between the enemy and your commander. Even if it's not free placement, picking what lane to put it into, whether it's in the closer spawn locations or the farther one, you can have your units sync up nicely. So that way they're engaging at the right times. So early game, you put your archers in the front so they get volleys off immediately, and then have your melee units come from behind, go around them, and then protect them, which is something that most of these like auto battler games don't do. They're all just completely hands off. Once the battle starts, you can't do anything. Commander Quest is very active in that regard, and it's an awesome hybrid. A lot of the times I say, I wish games would just be turn-based or be real-time, but Commander Quest is actually the perfect example of why hybrid can really work well. Beyond just something like, you know, Expedition 33 or Paper Mario or something like that, where you get to parry, you get to do a quick time event during combat. And, you know, if you really like doing parry, that's great. I still think the majority of the public still is not that into parrying, which is why they always include a dodge option that's easier, but less rewarding. But this is like way more interactive, way more engaging than just do you dodge or do you parry, and can you do it at the right time? You know, this is strategic, actual decision making every single second of every single turn, or not quite every second, but you know what I mean. A lot more. There's a larger gradient of what you can influence and when to influence it, and how to influence it, and that is just fantastic. This game is honestly one of a kind. I've played a lot of roguelikes at this point, a lot of them. I've watched a lot of them as well, and there's nothing like this. Still, somehow. There's a lot that do other combinations, you know, having base building and auto battling, but nobody does it quite like this. And it is a deck builder, so you get all the lovely aspects of deck building. Honestly, I still think that adding the Wacky Works Lab was the best update this game ever got. It added so much fun mechanics to it. You can do stuff like duplicate your card 10 times. And if you have a really overpowered card, having it in your deck 10 times and then drawing it basically every time you want is really, really good. We even saw that sometimes the downsides of like adding exhaust to the card. So you can only play it once. But if you add it to a goblin card, it's suddenly a boon. Especially if you have, you know, like Catcher Archive. It's even bigger boon. Because it would have been fine even if it wasn't, if we didn't have like Catcher Archive. If we had the Goblin, the Exhausted. Okay, it's 1 for 1. Then I'm just not flooding my deck with Goblins. Which is fine, right? I'm still getting 16 4/4s with Ignition. Like, come on. I don't need more of those in the deck. That's already super good. I already have these super good cards, you know? You got crazy infinite combos with, you know, powered Flamecaster. You can stack mental onslaughts and just board wipe everything that way as well. Like you can be doing free placement and drop your units almost right beside the enemy commander and then just beat away at them. You can get crazy combos with curse cards. Curse cards are usually terrible, but you can have them draw you cards, give you mana to offset their downsides. You can even get the Curse Stone, where if we had the Curse Stone, we'd get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'd get 15 HP added to every single unit. So imagine if we had the Curse Stone with the Vanguards. They'd be defaulting to 30 HP in this deck, which would be ridiculous, right? They would never die. I didn't even get Healing Spring here, which is a pretty common base card, which would just fully heal them at the end of every turn. These things would not have died. They would never have died. It's pretty cool that we actually got to make use of Giant Cross a whole bunch, and we got to use a bunch of the buff cards that you don't normally see a whole lot of, like Gauntlet of Swiftness. So that was added pretty late last year as a card that you can actually just find and collect. Before then, it was only events, I believe. But either way, you couldn't reliably get it. Now you can. And like, got to use Boost of Swiftness along with that. Pick the Vanguards. We even got to do, where is it? The Vermilion Tome. And it was not terrible in this deck because we had the box in the box in the box. So that way our lines was very cheap, which is cool. We can also just, you know, play a bit more while we talk because I want to talk about the channel, I guess. because they obviously the channel. Am I gonna keep doing? Wow, I get 34 goblins on turn 1, huh? That's a lot of goblins. Am I gonna keep doing daily videos? Probably. Probably. I think that's the answer. I'm not going to beat myself up if I do miss a day or something like that. At this point, I was able to do a full year. It was pretty awesome. Daily uploads. Was it always worth it? Probably not. I think the days or sometimes weeks where I was uploading 2 videos a day were probably a mistake. But I get excited and I want to get games out, you know, or I want to get videos out. I'm like, I really like this game. I want to show everybody. Oh yeah, we could also do the infinite combo here, huh? Which we really should not do because it'll flood our deck. So I'm not going to. That would be quite bad. I could have put him up top. But yeah, we're not going to worry about doing infinite combo here. We're definitely in it for the long haul. So I'm still going to be uploading regularly, obviously. There's so many games and so many game updates that I want to play. I still want to play Aethermancer. And plus, they'll get a full release at some point. I think they're still early access, aren't they? Yeah, like they're still working on it. They're still putting out... They put out a... Actually, no, what game was it that recently put out a big update? Sorry, I'm going to mute this while I look. Oh, Underboard. Yeah, Underboard just got a big update. I want to play that. So you'll see that coming soon. Obviously, all the dungeon crawlers. I still have to go back to Physiastery, which, oh boy, I had to look up how to say that name or that that word quite a few times. Quite a few times. It was it's not an easy word, or not. I don't even know if it is a real word. I guess it technically is, but it's not an English word, that's for sure. We will eventually... Actually, I don't know. These things are getting really big, but they will eventually outscale us. Pretty hardcore here. I don't... If I had Healing Spring on the Vanguards, they would never die. But eventually we'd be fully surrounding the Scarecrow, and we wouldn't be able to get any more units in to actually attack it. And obviously, things like Mental Onslaught have already been outscaled. Like, they are no good here anymore. But linked, if we had more ghost generation, they would do a fantastic job. We could ramp up the connecting link to like ridiculous levels. I mean, it's already ridiculous levels. It's plus 20, plus 24, plus 24 to whatever you put in it. So like this Indomitable Vanguard, 2742. Yeah, it takes 42 hits to kill that thing. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I can say. Like, how would anybody kill that? Now, I am flooding the deck with goblins a bit by doing this. Eventually, we'll just be drawing nothing but goblins. We also have Spark Catalyst Infinite combo at any point, but Oh yeah, look at that damage ramp up now. In fact, would it be worth it? Can't even see. There's too many goblins in there. Like if I preaching Viced, would it be worth it? We'll always have at least one card to play. But like, what happens if I preaching Vice in there? What? Spiker damage. Always set a new record. 3,800 in one turn. We're really limited by our melee range. Boots of Swiftness. Give them all HP. What we really needed was Scrap Iron Forge. Wait, Scrap Iron Forge? No, these are volatile. They're not exhaust. Never mind. Never mind. It wouldn't really work then. There is... What is the relic that lets you, every time you... Like, oh, God. Probably need to stop playing Empowered Flamecasters. That's right. Because, well, our deck is full of goblins anyways. We're just making this bigger and bigger. You know, these goblins are still only 4/4s. Might not be worth playing those, you know. Just only play things on Connecting Link. I think that's probably the way to go. So I do like Ghost and Guards, and then the Vanguards are 52 64s. I mean, having more goblins in the deck ensures that we are pretty much always drawing them, but do we always want to be drawing goblins? I'd rather be drawing Vanguards, you know? That's a lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. Mental Onslaught here. I'm gonna just get a bajillion. I think if you were aiming not to just win, but to go as far as possible here, how would you craft your deck? Would you intentionally include things that allow you to remove cards from your deck? Like exhaust cards. That way you're only drawing like some super overpowered card, like the Vanguard or something like that. So you get like Killing Spring, Acting Link plus, Vanguard plus, and Sacrifice maybe. A whole bunch, and then have Ghost cards that are exhaust, allowing you to buff this up. You know, actually, we've got them. Do we have the Mosaic Tile? We do. If I left goblins in our hand, we could get their HP up a lot very slowly. So this one's got 5 HP actually, so it's already happened to him. Oh yeah, the goblins are exhaust. That's why I'm getting double of them. So the ghosts and the goblins, ghosts and goblins, are increasing this count by 2 each time as well. So it's not just going up linearly. Oh, actually, I think they're finally thinning us out over here. Done 10,000 damage a turn. We got Vanguards back. That's cool. These Vanguards are 80 damage and 92 health. I'm drawing enough goblins now for them to trigger be 0 cost as a light toucher. Not that cost matters to us anymore, but the sheep are 288, 288. So actually, our goblins are no longer actually good enough to go toe to toe with them. It's only the Vanguards. So we are going to slowly lose here. slowly, but we will. Because my whole deck is unfortunately full of these now. There is still benefit to doing this because it buffs up the count, making our vanguards better. But yeah, these sheep are 576 by 576. They are... going to one-shot anything that doesn't have Indomitable. Or protection, for that matter. However, our vanguards, which it looks like they finally chewed through. We can't even preaching vice them because they're even. 1100 attack and defense, huh? We could try and draw into it. Oh. We got a 1 in 23 chance for a card drawn. So I got to draw what I want. Of course, I could do infinite combo shenanigans. How much is possible? We're gonna do this. It takes them 100 hits. Dude, if we had life spring, they would never die. They would never be able to get enough surface area to do 100 hits. Or have enough attack speed, for instance, to do it. Oh boy. Uh-oh. I want to play this, but if I do, I'm going to flood my entire deck with Spark Catalyst, making it even more impossible to draw. And plus, Spark Catalyst at this point does 0 damage, essentially. Basically 0 damage. Oh god, they're gonna start ignoring. One of these hits me, we lose. They'll just one-shot us, obviously. I didn't draw the Vanguard, unfortunately. So... go. Explosions only do 10 damage. These things have thousands of HP at this point. Depending on when they respond. I need the Vanguard or I die. I'm gonna die anyways, but... you know what? There it is. Hey. Alright, so... these Vanguards can take 119 hits. They dish out 100 damage. They attack very slowly. So... oh, they killed most of these. So that at least is... if I do this, I'm probably going to cause lag. Oh, I'm dead. One slip passed. Okay. Definitely, there are decks that go infinite. Here. Like, the game will literally crash because you go so long. But this is not one of them. This is not one of them. We would have needed Healing Spring if we wanted to have any chance. But we wouldn't have had a damage output be good enough. Because as you could see, they were scaling up to way faster than we were. But with that, I think if you enjoyed this, please do leave a like. And subscribe if you want to see more from me. Let me know in the comments what your favorite roguelikes, deck builders, strategy games, or just games in general are. Because I've gotten a lot of great recommendations from people. And I try them out, and quite often I end up playing them a lot, making videos on them. And thank you all to all the devs that do, for some reason, send me keys to their games to check out. Because a lot of them are really interesting, and I just love seeing what indie devs are working on. And I really like these brainy types of games where it's both RNG but also lots of skill expression, you know? That's probably why I like deck builders the most. I know a lot of people don't actually care too much about deck builders. They're more into like the action roguelikes and such, but I really like the aspect of evolving your build over time and controlling the odds removing cards from the deck to better the odds of drawing good cards, getting card draw into your deck, or getting ways to put the cards you want on top of the deck. All kinds of different card draw fixing mechanics are always just really, really interesting. And then you get the wild combinations of how everything interacts with each other. I need to play more infinite cards because that game is... it itches that scratch so much. But with that, I will see you guys next time, which would be tomorrow because I upload every day. See you guys then.